Hey, welcome to World Entertainment. Ghost Rider. Yep, not just Ghost Rider, Black Panther 3, and a massive list of other crap from Marvel has officially been announced. And Ryan Gosling is officially going to play Ghost Rider. So, it's official that he is now Ghost Rider, but we also now have official news that David Jonsson is going to be T'Challa's son, T'Challa II, as the brand new Black Panther. Interesting. But then you also have this. Marvel Studios slate mapped out until 2042. Yeah. 2042. Jesus Christ. Post-Secret Wars, MCU will be streamlined and simplified. Sure it will. Good God. Do you want to see the slate they have? This is the slate so far. Spider-Man Brand New Day, VisionQuest, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, Avengers Doomsday, Daredevil Born Again Season 3, Avengers Secret Wars, Wonder Man Season 2, Black Panther 3, Armor Wars, which was announced like months ago. For some reason they still have Blade on there, even though Kevin Feige pretty much admitted it's dead, it's not happening. Nova, and there was more crap, but it didn't scroll down that far. But let's have a look at the Ghost Rider stuff first, because this one's interesting, and it's interesting for a reason. So it's official, Ryan Gosling is going to be Ghost Rider. So, this all happened at Comic-Con. So, Gosling surprised the crowd at Marvel's Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday night, where Marvel confirmed his casting along with Sean Levy directing and a 2028 release for the movie. So, what's important there is they've already got a director on board and they have a release date already in place, which this happens then. Kevin Feige is letting Ryan Gosling steer Ghost Rider. The last time Marvel did this, it was Blade. Yeah. So saying, Kevin Feige isn't running the Ghost Rider show, Ryan Gosling is. Following Saturday's Hall H announcement that Gosling is Ghost Rider, Feige gave a round of post-panel interviews making clear just how actor-driven this project is, and Marvel fans have seen this exact setup before. Now, he talks a lot of crap and whatnot, but it's this part. Here's the part that should keep Marvel honest. This is beat for beat how Blade happened. In 2019, in the same Hall H, Feige announced Mahershala Ali as Blade to a thunderous reaction, and comic book notes Ali, like Gosling, had approached Marvel himself. That movie churned through directors, writers, a reported script overhauls, never shot a frame that stuck, and quietly died. Feige himself just admitted he feels like a gigantic loser over how Blade turned out. The difference, and it's a real one, Blade was announced as a name and a star. Ghost Rider launches with a director, a writer, a 2028 release date, and a Levy-Gosling partnership that will have already shipped Starfighter first. Now, what's interesting there is they better start hoping and praying that Starfighter works, because if it comes out and people go, ooh, this movie sucks, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Gosling obviously will stay on board as Ghost Rider, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Levy is quietly told, best of luck with your future endeavours, we're going in a different direction with a different person. And then we get told the usual scheduling conflict. But then we also have the David Jonsson as Black Panther. Now, as you can see here, it says he was actually cast 6 months ago, apparently. So they've been sitting on this one for quite a while. So David Jonsson casting wasn't the result of a massive search. There was never a search at all. Kevin Feige revealed the real story to Empire following Saturday's Hall H announcement that Jonsson is the new Black Panther, and it turns out Marvel has been sitting on this secret for roughly half a year. Good God. So per Feige, Marvel hadn't even begun casting. Ryan Coogler was buried in Sinners, and the plan was to wait until after the film's Academy Awards campaign wrapped before sitting down to start the Black Panther 3 process. Coogler didn't wait. About a month and a half before that sit down was supposed to happen, he called Feige to say he'd found his Black Panther, named Jonsson. So they hired him 6 months ago. How the hell did they actually manage to keep that quiet for that long? No, seriously, how? You think something like that would have gotten out? Where was all your Daniel Richmonds and My Time to Shines and your Jeff Snyders and all coming out with this story? Because they were all leading towards that guy, Alba, whatever his first name is. I can't remember his first name. Is it Damond or Domond? Something like that. And all along, David Jonsson was already hired. Now, for people who were wondering, David Jonsson, why does he look familiar? What have I seen him in? He, of course, played Andy the Synthetic in Alien Romulus. He was possibly the best part of Alien Romulus until they gave him the cringe line of "Stay away from her, you bitch." Oh, that part was like, ooh, that didn't land. He's an interesting choice, because he's a good actor, but it's definitely an interesting choice. So, I guess Shuri isn't going to be Black Panther for too much longer, eh? So, it is interesting to see all of this stuff and where they're going to go with it. So, you have Ghost Rider officially announced. You have Black Panther 3, the new Black Panther, officially announced. That apparently they were holding on to for 6 months. And you have a roadmap being laid out that runs until 2042. Holy hell. And like, people are not thrilled with this announcement for this part. Like, going for the next 20 bloody years and whatnot. And it's like, it's too much. It really is. And like, they've shit the bed. You know, Marvel pretty much died after Endgame, because that's where they should have stopped and taken a big ass long break, and they didn't. And they've done nothing but churn out garbage ever since. And nothing about that is changing. You know, is Ryan Gosling a box office draw? No, not at all. Project Hail Mary was received incredibly well, but that was more word of mouth that really made that movie work. Plus, it was a good movie. But when you look at everything else that he's in, like Fall Guy bombed. It bombed. Blade Runner 2049 bombed. You know, he's not exactly a box office draw, so you really are going on the Ghost Rider name and hoping that that's enough. Quite frankly, if you really, in my opinion, want to make Ghost Rider really work, make it R-rated. They're not going to do that, but that's what they should do. And then David Jonsson being brought in, so again, he's going to be T'Challa the Second. That's what they're calling him. I'm pretty sure, doesn't T'Challa's son have a different name? Either way, he's been brought in, so he's probably going to be a weird variant. And we may as well finish on this note that Gary from Nerdrotic broke this, and apparently he was told by the guy he used to get the information from in Marvel, who he feels somewhat free now to say these things because the guy apparently was a part of the layoffs. Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, of course. Yeah, he's only playing Doctor Doom in Doomsday and Secret Wars. But Robert Downey Jr. isn't going anywhere, because they're bringing him back as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. And no, not a variant, not from a different universe, the original Tony Stark and Iron Man. How? Don't know, but they're really starting to undo everything they did. Oh, look at all these sacrifices. Yeah, it was undone. Like Rhodey having that emotional conversation with Tony as he's dying, and then it turns out, oh yeah, that was a Skrull. So Marvel, yeah, they're just kind of doubling down on being a joke at this stage, but they've given 2 casting announcements that, one has people kind of going, okay, interesting, who's this guy? And the other that people are like, makes sense, I suppose. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, so let's see if these movies actually happen. Blade is the go-to for how not to do things by announcing this shit and never making it. But let me know what you guys think of all of it. Do you like these castings? Do you want Marvel to go till 2042? Let me know what your thoughts are on all of this. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.